Honestly, this is the best place to wake up. So freaking good. Oh, that feels a lot better. Like you are getting like fresh out of bed hair. Like it's so big. Like I don't know if you can see this, but like the curls are gorgeous, but like, ugh, it's a lot. Welcome back to the vlog. Firstly, let me say thank you so much for all of the love that I received on my birthday. The messages were really overwhelming, and while it was a very sort of small and very quiet birthday, I felt deeply loved. So thank you to everyone who made me feel special on my birthday. Then secondly, let me say how really great it feels to be back on YouTube again. Like, oh my goodness, I missed all of your smiling faces. I mean, you obviously know that I can't see your faces, but I'm assuming that you're smiling while you're watching this content. So, I mean, yeah, it's been so incredibly busy over the last few months, and taking a break from YouTube, I really needed to do that. But it's so great to be back here on the channel and creating content for you again. So, also, if you are new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you are, you know, in the loop for when we upload more videos and stuff on the channel. You can also follow me on social media. I'll drop like a thing down here. You can find me, I guess. Yeah, subscribe. So yeah, I'm at Kim's place today. Well, not just today. I've like been here for a while. I feel like I live here now. I did not say that out loud. So yeah, I am working here for the day. I've got like a ton of meetings. Anyway, that is not the focus of this video. So while I was on my break from YouTube, so many of you were, I guess, DMing me and commenting with particular questions around name changes with the Department of Home Affairs. So this is legally changing your name. And so a lot of those questions were around what to do when you're making your application and then what happens afterwards. And we're going to talk a little bit about that really quickly. Now, I had done a very in-depth video about how to go about changing your name with the Department of Home Affairs if you are living in South Africa, what those steps pretty much look like, what the documents that you need to take with you, how long you need to wait, etc. And so that video I am going to link at the end of this one, so stick around and I will put that video over there and go and watch that. But for this video, we're gonna run through some, I guess, common Q&As around legal name changes. So one of the very common questions is, what documents do you need to bring with you when you are applying for a name change? Now, the first thing that you need to bring with you is any kind of existing ID that you have. So whether that's a birth certificate, whether that's your current ID, that you must take with you to the Department of Home Affairs. And then in addition to that, you need the official details of your parents. So either a death certificate, their IDs, or their birth certificates. In some kind of way, Home Affairs needs to, I guess, track where you are and who are your family members, I guess, which, to be honest, I find really weird. So you need to take this with you because the forms that you are filling out asks for those details. So it's going to ask for your particulars as they currently exist. So it's your existing name, surname, your ID number, where you live, and then you're going to have to fill that out again for what your desired name would be. So the desired forename that you want, your surname if you're changing that, and then your address, etc. And part of those forms is that you need to complete your parents' details on that form. And now obviously the question is, what if you don't have a good relationship with your parents, or what if your parents have passed away, or you don't have access to those kind of documents? What do you do in that case? My suggestion in that case would be to try and firstly find their ID number somewhere. As long as you have their name, surname and ID number, you should be okay. But my suggestion would be to go to your nearest South African police station and complete an affidavit to say that this is who you are making an application to the Department of Home Affairs, you are unable to, I guess, source or find your parents' particulars, and these are your parents' names and their ID numbers if you know them, and have that certified as an affidavit and take that with you to the Department of Home Affairs. So if there are any questions about why it is that you don't have the documentation, that you at least have the affidavit that you can, I guess, use that to support your application. In theory, you shouldn't need to do this, but a lot of people have come up against, let's say, a little bit of resistance and obstacles with the Department of Home Affairs. So maybe try doing that, and that should assist you in your name change, I guess, application, making that smoother. Yeah. Then the other sort of big category of questions orientate themselves around what happens after you have changed your name with the Department of Home Affairs. So the way that the application process works is that you submit your application to Home Affairs to change your name. They then approve it on their end, and then you've got to reapply for a new ID document that reflects your new particulars. Now I know it's a little bit annoying, but you have to go to Home Affairs again to apply for that ID. Or you can do it through your bank, potentially, if you live near a bank who does this process, the online thing with Home Affairs. Yeah, so you need to reapply for that ID, and once you've gotten that new ID, you need to also apply for a confirmation letter, which is pretty much a letter from the Department of Home Affairs confirming that in fact your name was X and it now has been changed to Y. So this is a confirmation letter that you are able to then take to your various institutions, or things like your bank, your school, that you can show them, okay, here's my new ID, here's the letter of confirmation from the Department of Home Affairs, please amend my details accordingly on your system. And sort of related to that, a number of questions that also come up around, should you then go and change your name with your school, what happens to your credit cards, with your banking stuff. So all of those details, you need to take your supporting documents, your new documents, the confirmation letter, to these places that actually have you on record with them, and change your name with them. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you absolutely have to do this with like every place that you go to. I mean, if you have like a store credit account with, I don't know, Mr. Price, and they keep sending you statements with your dead name on it, if you're okay with that, that's fine. But my experience has been that it is just easier and better, although the effort is a little bit more initially, to try and get those changes affected across the board so you don't run into sort of like legal issues later. So yes, you have to go to each place individually, whether that's your bank, your school, your university, your place of employment, etc., and submit those documents to them so that they can change your name officially on their system and ask for confirmation of that. Those are sort of the major questions around legal name change in South Africa specifically, and I imagine that the concept is also, I guess, transferable to other countries where you have your legal name registered with certain institutions. In South Africa, we don't have a sort of, I guess, centralized database that everybody draws their info from. Home Affairs, as far as I know, is working on a system like this that will pull through data where various government departments and, I guess, universities, banks are able to check your details against the Department of Home Affairs, I guess, register, the population register, to make sure that your details are in alignment. But for now, unfortunately, you have to do all of those things manually yourself. Okay, I hope this video assisted you in some kind of way. If you found it helpful, please leave me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And if you have more questions that you would like me to answer, I will do my best. Drop them in the comments and I will try and answer them as thoroughly as I can. As always, if you've been enjoying this content, please remember to hit that subscribe button and turn the bell on for notifications to stay in the loop for upcoming videos. And I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.